Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Chris Dailey, joined here by Josh Donnelly. So, Josh, thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for inviting me, mate. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you grew up in England, as, people might tell you in America right now, but, what was your youth career in a country like England like?
It's very different to America, let's just say that, in the way that us as soccer players are brought up and shown the game. It's very two different ways to look at it. Like in England, I'd say probably a lot more players are more focused on technique and just overall just the actual soccer part, whilst America's more focused on the fitness aspect of stuff, which is now they're figuring it out more and more. They want to compare themselves to the Premier League. They see like the levels there, and you see like the English players in the Premier League who are like all very to a very good standard, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And it's not. It's like all leagues in England, and the game is just it's part of the culture like American football over here. So, you play in England and come to America to go to Eastern Florida college. So, describe that transition from being an English citizen to all of a sudden coming to like a whole new life.
mm-hmm. It was a very strange decision, and it happened very fast. Within like a month, I was when I signed the contract to come and join Eastern Florida. Within a month, I flew out, so I had a month to tell all my friends and family and everything. It was kind of rushed, yeah. So it was a very fast process, but my family were very supportive and my friends, so we got it done as quick as possible.
Yeah, how did that like opportunity come about? To come to America.
So I was at a team called Brentford. They're in the championship right now.
Yeah.
I've played there for 7 years, and just before I turned 17, I got released, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing or try out for new teams, and like we had this thing called an exit trial, where like people who get released, they go and play like a game, and coaches from all over come. And one of the coaches was from Eastern Florida, and they said, "Oh, do you want to come to Florida for a few years?" And I said, "Yeah, all right." It doesn't sound too bad. And then a month later, I was in Orlando playing soccer in the sun. It was perfect.
Yeah, and you did pretty good for yourself. 15 goals in 36 games. How were your 2 years? Your first 2 years in America, and that level of play in the NJCAA.
Like I said, it's a junior college, so like people have that outset of being it's a lower level, but our conference was very high, and like the two teams that we played against often were Tyler and what was the other team called? I forget the other team, but Tyler and St. John, I think they were called. And a lot of these boys I've met at the pros now, who I've played with. So you can see the standard of players who've come through them academies, and like you said, and it's very fast paced and a lot of physical players because they have a lot of internationals. So it's a bit more lenient with the scholarship, so they can allow more people from England or wherever to come over, as in the NCAA.
Yeah, and I feel like it does get some criticism, as you mentioned, because American football. I was talking about a quarterback the other day, Josh Allen, who plays for the Bills, and in 4 years he went from playing junior college to being a starter in the NFL, which is crazy. Like only 32 people have that job in the entire planet. So the level is definitely at a very high standard. So of course we all know it's a 2 year school, so you have to transfer to Campbell University. What's your time at Campbell like?
That was the best decision I ever made, to be honest. Going there, like it was in a, I needed a few classes. I did a few summer classes at Eastern Florida. A few schools dropped out who were interested in me, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go home, or just maybe go to like a D3, a D2 school or something, and just see it out, get my degree. And then Campbell came in the last few minutes and was like, look, we really want you, come in, but you got to hit the ground. You got to hit the ground hard and start scoring goals like you can, and the rest is history, man.
Yeah, and so you mentioned Brentford. Now I'm thinking of it. Brentford actually might go to the Premier League. So they're having
man.
a heck of a season.
It's gonna be
this
crazy.
year. Yeah, so
I know.
watching that the other day, and it's like, I don't know, they made some crazy win or whatever. So I'm a Wycombe Wanderers fan. Not sure if you heard of them, but
Yeah. So you're Akinfenwa fan then, yeah?
Well, I supported them before Akinfenwa came, which was a few years ago, because it's a crazy and a long story how I became a fan of theirs, but been a pretty big fan ever since. So yeah, Akinfenwa, he's the beast. So it's not a lie. That guy's huge.
I got a good photo to show you then. I played against him a few times.
Really?
I'll send you a photo. Yeah.
So that relates into a different question, because I have rapid fire questions, but I'll ask it now. Who's the best player you ever played against?
Best player. You would know of him, but people might not know of him. His name is Izzy J. Brown. Do you know him? He used to play for Chelsea. He's at Huddersfield, and he's on loan at Luton Town right now. But he's unbelievable. We played against Chelsea youth every year because their team was unbelievable. We used to play against them pre-season, so we used to play against him, Tammy Abraham, Dom Solanke, all them players there, Lamperty, Aina, like all good top players now who are like
Solanke
Gilmore used to. Yeah, Solanke did alright today as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Bournemouth keeping them alive. So in the Prem.
So like I'll say a lot of the Chelsea team, and then we played against Trent, but he played midfield for Liverpool.
Yeah.
So like we didn't really see like the potential that everyone else saw. So like I couldn't tell you. If you asked me, I would never have said him before until I've seen him now. I'm like, oh, we used to play against him like yearly. And it's just crazy to see how far he's grown in that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in the Chelsea team. I saw an Instagram post like the starting 11 of that like youth team that won like the Super Cup or whatever. I'm not good with all that the tournaments over in Europe, but yeah, it was like 10 of the 11 guys. I think it was only the goalkeeper. I'm not even sure of the goalkeeper too, but they're all like in the top 5 leagues now in Europe, doing some great stuff. So
yeah, they're smashing it.
Yeah, in college, because college is a 3-month season. You play for some other teams in the MPSL, the PDL too. So describe those summers, playing soccer for teams, that aren't named your college.
So like in England, the season is all year round. So it was hard for me to be like, okay, you're playing for 3 months, and then you're not playing for a couple months, and then you're playing 3 months again. So I wanted to carry on and stay. And my first year, I went to Jacksonville Armada, which was brilliant. I've never been to Jacksonville before, so I was like, let's go there for the summer. And that was my first year, like my whole year in America, where I didn't go home until Christmas, and I loved it. Like I didn't regret anything at all. NPSL was good. But I knew that there was another level, and meaning the PDL. So the next year, I went to Montverde Academy, which is in Florida, in Orlando, and they have. I'm sure you know about Montverde. They have a lot of Brazilians and African boys that they bring over, and a lot of them are signed for Orlando now, to be honest, for the USL team and stuff. So I played there, and then my last year was just in Tormenta, just down the street from here, Greenville. Bit of a rivalry, but yeah, played there for the PDL team. Had a good year, and Greenville snapped me up.
Yeah, and just to backtrack a bit, Jacksonville Armada is, I'm not sure if they're still around, but I know they used to be a NASL team, probably at the time you're there. So you're in a professional environment in the summer, so that must be great experience for you, as a player and stuff. So
yeah, we used to play against the first team every Thursday. We used to play against them, and there was a boy on the team who the year before scored against Barcelona. Like they won 1-0 at the new camp, and he scored the winner. I forget his name. His name was Kate or something. But yeah, it was crazy that I was training with him like every day. Yeah. It was mad.
Because a YouTuber I watch, Jack Blake, he plays in the USL. I'm not sure if you've heard about him, but he played for the Armada and stuff. So it's funny because the soccer community seems huge, but so all these strings we're piecing together, like we mentioned before, John Harkes and everything. So
it's a small world, man. It's a small world.
Yeah. So in Greenville now, as we can tell by your shirt and everything, season's about to start. So you got picked up towards the end of the season, and then this season, meanwhile, there's you haven't really been able to get on the field. So what's that return to play process been like?
it's been very difficult, man. Like with the whole Corona thing going on, it's been hard trying to get sessions in. We've only been allowed small groups and then no groups, and then we had to stop, and now we're in whole team training. So, and like I know a few states aren't open, so the league's trying to balance it so everyone gets a fair amount of training before we start. But everyone's excited. We had a little run out the other day, a little preseason game, and the boys look good, man. We got a good team here. And we're looking forward to the league. We got high hopes this year.
Yeah, and I'm rooting for you guys because they have the most players I interviewed on Greenville. Because I don't really have a local team necessarily in the League One, and the championship would be Red Bulls too. But I'm more of a So, anyways, I mean, you're a professional soccer player now. Living the dream. But what's like the biggest misconception about being a pro soccer player?
That all we do is kick a ball around and then go home. That's probably the biggest misconception. Like I'm up at me and the whole team. We're up at like 7:30 every day. We have to be in the locker room till 8 and we don't train till 10. We have a lot of stuff to do. We have a lot of meetings with coaches, and we get in little groups and discuss how we can get better. People have treatment, and some sessions will go on longer than others. Like especially during this heat, you'd think that the sessions would be shorter, but we haven't been training a lot. So like some sessions have been going on for 2 hours, 2.5 hours in 90-degree heat, and it's been horrendous. And then after training, we're in ice baths for 20-30 minutes, and then we're getting recovery again. Like I don't normally leave the training room till about 1:30, 2, like every day. And we get in at 7:30. And then sometimes we have, we help out in the community. We do a thing called Meals on Wheels, which is good. We give meals to people who aren't able to come and get them themselves. So we help out in little areas like that, which is nice. But, we're just on our feet the whole time. And then next thing you know, it's 7 p.m. and you're finally cooking your dinner, So misconception is that all we do is kick and then we go home, for sure.
Yeah, and when you come home, you're now a father too. And I know the USL League One actually did, a little thing about you being a father and stuff. So I mean, how you balancing that, and like how rewarding is it, to kind of have a kid and see him grow up in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, when you're young, that's what you think about, having a son, and especially me, I've always wanted a son, a little JJ Junior to say, but for him to watch me play, that's always like a big dream of mine, for him to watch me play and be like proud of what I've achieved, and hopefully, well, I know he will. He'll do more than what I do in my career. That's the aim, So I'm glad that he's able to watch me through this.
Yeah, and so I mean, you're doing great things, as you mentioned, both on and off the pitch, and I mean, kind of to wrap up here, we got a few rapid fire questions to get the audience to learn a bit, about yourself. So, growing up, who was your favorite player?
Favorite player? Thierry Henry.
The legend.
By far. That's because I'm Arsenal fan, and that's what where I was born and stuff. So for me, Henry all day.
And I'm a Red Bull fan, so when he came to the Red Bulls, I mean, I was hooked. So who's the best player? Oh, already did that. My bad. Just kind of reading off here. Yeah. So if you could sit down and eat dinner, with 3 people, who would they be?
3 people. Well, Thierry Henry would be one for sure. And then I'd probably say, it's a good question. Probably, what's his name? I forget his name, but he's the actor from Interstellar. Have you seen that film?
No, I mean, I'm not a...
Him. Yeah, you're too young. You don't even know that film. You're too young for that. But him, and then Leonardo DiCaprio, for sure.
Yeah. What's your favorite city you've traveled to?
Favorite city? It's gonna have to be Barcelona.
That's sick. So, what's the coolest stadium you've played in?
Coolest stadium? I'm going to say Stamford Bridge.
Who's your funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate, did you say?
Yeah.
Funniest teammate? There's a few, man. I'll put myself up there. I'm funny, but I'm gonna have to say Omar Mohammed. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food is Jamaican food. You gotta try it, man. Come on, Jamaican.
Yeah.
I like the patties and the curry goat and all that. Yeah, it's my favorite food. It's not too good for you, but it's good.
I want to try Thai food. I mean, that's like the rave where I am. So everybody's eating Thai food. I gotta get on board with that. So.
Yeah, Thai food's up there for sure.
Yeah.
Thai food's up there, but Jamaican's the best for sure.
Yeah. So now we'll get into the deep questions. How do you define happiness?
Happiness. Just waking up in the morning and smiling. Do you know what I mean? If you can wake up and smile every morning, you know you're happy, Yeah. Happy and healthy.
And I like that answer too. Kept it simple, Some people are like, nah, you gotta make the deep and this, some profound answer. I really like that. It's one of the best answers I've ever gotten. So, describe yourself in three words.
Funny. Don't take myself too seriously, and motivated.
Yeah, and I mean that's all I have. So I mean I usually have like 10 rapid fires. I think that was about it because we had the other one. But I mean I really like doing that because really gets everybody kind of just to laugh a bit, smile a bit, and yeah. So it's pretty fun. So
I like that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
mate.
Josh.
It's good.
So I mean you've had some crazy stories. Playing against Akinfenwa, that's insane. So, and Jay Brown and everything. I just thank you for coming on the show, and I mean I just wish you the best of luck as you kind of do this return to play protocol here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you inviting me on, and good luck with what you're doing here, man. It's gonna be good. I'm sure you'll send it to me. I'll share it, and I got a few players back home that I'm sure will be interested in talking to you as well. So
yeah, thank you.
That'd be good.
And
no worries, man.
Yeah, everybody watch Josh and Greenville Triumph take on the Tormenta. I think it's the 18th, right? 18th.
No, we play. Actually, it's changed the schedule. We're playing Inter Miami now. So.
Oh.
So we're down in Miami this weekend.
Game.
So. First game.
That's a nice stadium.
On the road.
We'll be playing in. Yeah, we'll be playing in some. David Beckham might be there. Never know. So.
Fingers crossed. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. So Josh, thanks and everything, and make sure to watch Greenville play. I think it's ESPN Plus. Not sure if it's ESPN2 or anything. Yeah, so, thank you, and best of luck, man.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Chris Dailey from Sports Court signing off.